Okay.
14th, 2026.
April 14th, 2026. I'm saying it right now. The Dallas Cowboys will win the Super Bowl before the Padres win the series. I'm live. This is on wax. Okay. This will be remembered for forever. Damon, you let me know when you go live. I'll say it again. I'll say it twice.
I'm live.
The Dallas Cowboys will win the Super Bowl with Jerry Jones as the owner. That means that not a lot of time, but they will win the Super Bowl before the Padres win the series. They might just win it.
Jerry Jones will die before the Cowboys win the Super Bowl.
I went a little far with that one, I know.
Oh yeah, okay.
But
I might, you might have a leg to stand on if you say the Cowboys will win a Super Bowl before the Padres win the World Series, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
I truly do think that Jerry Jones is the reason why they haven't. I thought that Padres, who was it that they got from? They jacked. Who was it? Matt Kemp. Wasn't it Matt Kemp that they took?
Mason Miller?
No. They took somebody from the Dodgers in like 2013.
Manny Machado? Oh no, we got him from the Orioles. Never mind.
It wasn't Machado. Matt Kemp, wasn't it? Didn't Matt Kemp go to play with the Dodgers? No, the Padres for a while.
In 2013?
Like 2014, 13-ish status. Because it was around the time Yasiel Puig was on the team. I just can't remember exactly. But it was back then. I was like, oh, they had a scary team.
Oh, yeah, 2014.
They had a scary team back then, bro. I thought that was I was like, oh, snap.
We had a scary team back then. First of all, we still have a scary team. Second of all, we've had a scary team for the last 5 years and nothing's happened.
No.
Okay. Sure.
We always lose the first round playoffs.
Sounds like the San Diego Chargers.
Baseball. All I know is that Seahawks won Super Bowl last season.
Bro, that shit was a fluke, bro. Stop it.
I don't know, bro. They kept winning. I mean, until the end, they won until the end. So what do we know?
They did. I will give you that. I don't think that there was a lot of strong competition coming out of the NFC this past year. The Eagles was still the best bet coming out of the NFC, and they didn't have a good year.
We don't want to talk about that.
They did not have a good year at all.
For God's sake, because an Eagles fan.
We came off of a belt to ass Super Bowl win. Okay.
Yes, Super Bowl slump, all the stuff. Like I get it, like but I just kind of think that, Jason Kelce was a bigger factor to that team than people considered. I think the coaching staff and some of the changes, right? Because I know there was like a lot of beef with what's the dude's name? Sirianni?
Yeah, Sirianni. Mm-hmm.
I know there was some issues with Sirianni. And I think that people kind of underestimate. Well, I mean, I hope they kind of see it with Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs and the drastic difference of careers that they're having, where Stephon Diggs has been an issue everywhere he goes, right? Like he's been an issue in the locker room wherever he goes. And what that kind of causes. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
for the record, the Eagles passed on Justin Jefferson in the draft.
And I think
we took a tight end named Calcaterra, who is no. Who did we take? It wasn't Calcaterra. It was some other bum.
I thought it was the Komet
bum.
No, it was what the fuck was his name?
Wait, by the way, am I loud enough? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good, baby. He's not even an Eagle anymore. He was a tight end for 2 years, and he was absolute trash.
Yeah.
So Justin Jefferson could have very well been an Eagle, and I wanted him to be an Eagle, just like I wanted
Jessica Jones.
What the fuck is the running back for Atlanta right now? Bijan Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
I also wanted Bijan Robinson to be an Eagle.
Robinson's bad, bro.
But we got Saquon Barkley instead. Damian thought he had a leg to stand on because he goes for the Seahawks. And they won the Super Bowl. And he has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
I have no clue what we're talking about. No, I said that I don't really watch football. I've been saying that. I'm a fan of Seahawks by blood. My mom's a huge fan. I watch it because she watches it. And I like to, have that thing to chat about and connect because I think it's really cool. But the games are really cool too. Now that I understand a little bit more about the game. She came over and like explained it to me, and was like, "This is what happens here and there," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." Now I understand it a little bit more.
Do you think if you took the three of us and two more men, that we would be able to? I think I don't remember how long it was. I think it was 3 or 5 hours. Within 3 to 5 hours, 5 men able to name 1,000 athletes.
1,000 athletes?
1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
No
bro,
internet. No internet search.
No internet. No internet. No internet.
Oh, that's
no
a
nothing.
lot.
Fuck,
No,
that's a lot.
See,
especially not me. I'd be dragging everybody down, bro.
I could do quite a bit.
I could do quite a bit, but
Hey, Bruce.
where's that cut off?
There's one. Jackie
Where's that
Robinson.
cut off?
Yeah, I think I
Robinson.
would probably get to maybe. I'm trying to give myself some grace here.
I think I could do like 20.
Oh, I can do way more. I can do 20
And then, but then I'd be
right
like,
off the Eagles
yeah.
roster. I'd probably get close. I want to say close to 200.
That's quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah. See, what sucks is when I was younger, I followed players more than I followed teams.
Mhm.
So I could tell you who was second string on the Falcons in like 2005, right? I could tell you who was third on the depth chart for the Carolina Panthers in 2004, right? Like I can still tell you right now, Dan Morgan was the starting linebacker for the Super Bowl team of the Carolina Panthers. As a matter of fact, he's I think in charge of football operations now with that organization.
But I think even if you think of just like great quarterbacks, right? Even with the three of us, great quarterbacks
15.
right now, we can name 20 easy.
I know.
Off the bat.
I can rattle them off
Thomason
fast.
because of Damian.
See,
Hey.
LaDainian Tomlinson, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Tom Brady, Brett Favre,
I heard all these
Steve
names.
Young, Dan Marino. You just said Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Antonio Gates. Like that's already 12. And that was in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1,000 though? You gotta
1,000.
Wait, did you
that.
say Antonio Gates is a great tight end or the greatest tight end?
Oh, he's no. If I remember, I said he's the most slept on tight end, but he is
slept on. Yes.
Antonio Gates amongst tight ends.
Nah, Tony Gonzalez.
No, wait, hold on. I would go as far to put him up in the top 5 all time, depending on what you're actually grading the criteria on. He's top 10, hands down, no fucking problem. I would put him top 5 though.
He's
Tight
top
ends
5.
all time.
Tony
Tony Gonzalez
is number 1 though.
Number 1, no doubt, no fucking doubt.
Travis Kelsey's number 2.
You think Travis Kelsey's more than Rob Gronkowski?
Yes.
What about Aaron Hernandez?
Yes.
Because I thought
Too short of a career.
Aaron Hernandez I thought was better than both of them,
Too short of a career.
but based off of his career.
No. I mean, he could have been, but I don't know.
What you saw and what you got from him, I think Travis Kelsey flourished once he got behind Patrick Mahomes and that Andy Reid offense, right? Like once that really took hold, he excelled. And I think that he had a great benefit as well, because on the other side of the field was fucking Tyreek Hill. And who was that running back that they had that was fucking amazing?
Kareem Hunt?
Yeah, and then they had Kareem Hunt. I think he was just in such a good offense. Right?
See how we can just rattle off these names? It's so crazy, bro. Ask me how much my son
Gates.
Ask me how much my son weighed when he was born.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you how long he was, bro. Fuck that, bro. But I would tell you, Musa Muhammad.
Like I have a son.
Musa Muhammad caught the longest touchdown pass in Super Bowl history at 80. I think he's like 83 yards, bro, against the fucking New England Patriots. Google that.
Was that Atlanta Falcons?
No, that was Musa Muhammad was Carolina Panthers versus.
When Cam Newton went to the Super Bowl.
No. This was Jake Delhomme.
Oh,
my
Jake
guy.
Delhomme.
Yes, Jake Delhomme, my dude. And then Deshaun Foster, I think, at the time had the longest rushing touchdown.
You like that brand placement?
It was like 80 some yards.
It's like the Dr. Pepper commercial.
How you boys
That's
doing?
Funny. Pretty good, pretty chill.
Do you guys like that spot that I found? It's the best spot that I found. Best priced, best layout. and the most bang for your buck.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
I'm not too concerned on where the spot's going to be. I mean, as long as it's financially, and fiscally,
I picked somewhere that's close, like a little bit closer to you, because I realized that Orange County is not halfway from us to you.
Yeah, and
Orange is
Long
like
Beach is a little
spot.
bit closer.
Yeah, Orange, Long. Yeah, anywhere like Southern LA is like too close to me.
And the split between the three of us, I mean, that's pretty easy. And then also the I'd rather do it recorded and then put out, but depends on how you guys want to do it.
Well, that was what my next question was going to be, because they do also allow you to live stream.
Yeah, I just don't think the worth, like the value, is there for it. But it's up to you, truly.
I mean, I'm not opposed to doing like the watch party thing. Plus, I think they edit it for you too.
Huh.
I feel like we just do no edits though. Oh, you mean like the different camera angles? If that's
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fire. I think it's pretty cool. But I think it's best to record. I think we should do like a recorded thing and then still do a last episode if you guys want to do that. Like not a watch party, but like still a standalone episode. We do one live.
A standalone last episode?
Yeah. We do one live where we're like genuinely meeting, having a good like in-person live.
But
podcast.
would the recorded video count as an episode?
Yeah, it would count as an episode. Or you could just call it like a bonus if you want, if you don't want it to mess up the count.
So we could do that for like 119, and then 120 we do the last episode.
Yeah.
Thoughts, Putch?
I'm down. Whatever's clever, I am down. I'm always down.
I'd be with it.
Yeah.
We got to get like user submitted questions.
Yeah.
For the last
on
pod.
All of our Instagrams.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
We'd even compile, because I don't know how many like responses I'll get or anything, so we can compile like over the next couple of weeks some questions.
I'm down for that. That'd be sick.
That'd be cool.
That'd be super sick.
That'd be ill.
All right, so you guys, Putch has had some crazy hot takes over the last week and a half.
Yeah, in the DMs.
Like what?
This last one, I actually really liked the last one that you put. Hold on, where's our chat?
Wait, what was it?
It was never mind, not the last one, the one prior. We can talk about the last one that he sent in a second, but I want to talk about this one. Most people aren't loyal; they suffer from sunken cause fallacy.
Yes.
No sweat.
And then for the definition, because I didn't know what the definition of sunken cause fallacy was, it was sent over. Sunken cause fallacy is the irrational tendency to continue an endeavor, investment, or relationship based on past non-recoverable investments rather than current benefits.
Yes.
That one's a tough one.
The hard part for me is most. When you say most people, I don't know if that's true.
Even if you're going to say a 49.9 to a 50.1, I'm still taking that as most. Majority, most, more than.
But how are you determining most?
I would say that throughout, not only.
And wait, time out. Let me add to that question real fast. How are you determining most? And are you saying that like that those people are not loyal to anything or to certain relationships?
No, I would say that. God, this is a hard one. This one was hard for even me to accept. Is I think in most things that we serve in our life, we do them because we were told to do so. We do them not only because we were told to do so, but we also respect and admire the authority in which told us to do it. Right? Then once you move forward, you start seeing the relationships that you hold with people. 99% of people are in jobs that they hate. I would say the top 1% of individuals in this world actually work a job that they love. And I'm not just talking about wealthy 1%. I'm talking about the actually lucky 1% of people who have a profession or job in which they actually are excited to wake up and go to, right? They like, fuck yeah, I'm there. I think more people in their relationships with their partners and their lovers, it's not a sense of loyalty that's keeping them in this relationship, right? Which they think because they love this person. Or like, do you love how they actually like who you are around them? Or are you in love with the memories that you guys have made? Are you loyal to the person that they make you feel that you are, right? Like who they make you feel that you can become? Or are you more like, dang, man, well, we've already been together this long. And, you know, man, if God really wanted me to be in a different place, he'd put me in a different place. Or are you loyal to that person because you're like, yo, I see the best in you and you bring out the best in me. And that's what it is. I would just throw a dart at the wall and say 50.1% fall into the sunken fallacy.
Actually, I'd agree with that.
They are so invested. So we find loyalty through our ability to invest into somebody. And I think in a lot of ways we're taught that. I think we're taught in a lot of ways, we're taught like when you love somebody, you invest into them, you pour into them. Right?
But isn't that how loyalty is created though?
Not exactly. For
How
me to
not?
be loyal to you, do I have to invest into you?
No, I have to invest into you.
For you to prove that I'm loyal to you?
No, I have to invest into you in order for you to be loyal to me.
No, you don't. What money have you directly taken and put in?
What about time? What about time?
Yeah, time.
There's investments of time. How much time do we really spend together, Cisco?
But how much time have we spent together?
Sunken fallacy. Sunken fallacy.
But that's what I'm saying. Does that not equate into loyalty?
No, because I have not spent nearly as much time with Damien, even face-to-face, person with person. But I still show up and I'm still willing to be a part of this show and actually took a limb out and said, hey, yeah, I'll talk with this dude. He wants to ask about Freemasonry. Yeah, I'll talk with him. Bring him on the show.
Yeah, but does depth of conversation not, like, did you not take that into consideration?
What criteria would you say are people really loyal? Like what would need to be on that checklist to be like, this person's actually loyal?
Is when I can receive nothing from you.
But for how long?
That's not a part of the equation.
I think it has to be.
Because loyalty to me is unending.
What if
loyal?
Can you be loyal to somebody who does nothing but take?
Yeah, and that's a very toxic relationship. But yes, you can be. I think yes, you can.
You think, can you be loyal to somebody in which both parties don't give anything to each other?
Absolutely.
What would you call that?
I don't think so.
Would you say that's friendship?
What you want to call it, I don't know. That gets weird.
Like, I guess
Damien wouldn't call it friendship.
I just don't know what you would call. Like, I don't agree that you could be loyal to somebody who takes. I think that would be a toxic relationship as well. But also, I don't think you can have a loyalty in either direction with people that you don't get anything from, and vice versa. I think in a relationship that has loyalty, there has to be give and take.
I the only reason why I refute that, because loyalty isn't always painted off as completely benevolent, right? Like when I hear that word, I don't hear complete benevolence, right? So toxic relationships exist and those things pop up, right? Now I have a series of loyalty to people that I've never met, right? I have a series of loyalties to people who I don't know their names. I have a series, and that's just me being a Mason. I have a series of loyalties and I have a series of obligations to people and the members of my church, right? I have a series, and I don't receive nothing from them. I receive nothing from those people who line the pews of my church. But there's a certain level of obligation and loyalty that I have to that place.
You know, that you get like community, like a sense of Like
maybe out of one or two of those people, right? There's a deeper loyalty there, right? That runs a little deeper.
There's levels to it.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so what?
Sure.
But how are you defining loyalty though? Like you're gonna tell me that anybody of your church at 3:00 in the morning can call you and you'll go help them change their tire, or help or bring them a gallon of gas at 3:00 in the morning?
Called the wrong dude, bro.
That's not where I would say. And personally, this is just where I start saying, "Oh, who am I really like? Loyalty. What proves my loyalty, right? And it's not always in what I can provide to them, right? Like you're saying, can they call you at 3 a.m. and you go help change their tire? Yeah, of course. I'm the type of friend. If you're calling me at 3 a.m, I'm grabbing a shovel before I'm grabbing the fucking car jack. I think loyalty is more in not exactly what I can provide, but what I don't come to take away from you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like my loyalties to people is because I'm not a rich man, right? So the thing is I'm not going to rob you of your confidence. I'm not going to rob you of your self-worth. I'm not going to rob you of your time. I'm not going to rob you of X, Y, and Z, right? Less of, oh, I promise to give you all of my time. Oh, I promise to give you all of this money that I have. Or, oh, I promise to, always be there to the end. Yeah, because to some people that might be a form of loyalty, right? Because like I was even saying earlier, I don't think loyalty is completely benevolent. You know what I'm saying? I don't think all loyalties are perfect or perfectly just or perfectly healthy at that fact. But I don't think, well, I know for a fact that there's no sense of I've invested all of my time into this church, or I've invested so much time into this dance team, or even Beast in my fam. Like, oh, I've invested all this time into Beast in the Beast fam. Like, I'm gonna stick with them. Like, no, because if it starts robbing me of my time, if it starts robbing me of my dignity and my self-worth and my confidence, then I got to step away from that. I got to move away from that. Right? Beast took me into the fam because he loves me as a person, not what I could quite bring to that fam, right? Again, I'm not rich. I'm not exuberantly sexy in any way, right? Or, I don't have like a master's degree in business, right? So I'm not bringing some kind of like crazy level of education. I'm just Pudge. I'm just me, So I think that's where it kind of gets sticky. Because I think we've been taught loyalty is about what we can provide to another, and if they cherish that, versus can you cherish me even though I don't give you anything, but I don't rob you of it either. I'm not a soul-sucking individual from you. If you were to ask me on a whim.
I think somebody who's like so mutual like that though would be just like you have people like that who are just acquaintances. You're like, I would never ask you of something because that's kind of making me indebted to you. And then that courtesy is kind of unspoken the other way around of like, you're not going to ask me anything crazy because I know I can't ask that of you and you can't ask that of me because we're just not at that level. And that's acquaintances. Whereas like you might have friends for life where you're like, yo, grab the shovel. You're like, boom, I'm there. You know what I mean? That's loyalty to a different level.
I only refute that. I only refute that idea. It's I like the explanation. I agree with it 90% of the way. There's a chunk of it where I will push back and refute that because we have a wonderful viewer by the name of Jordan Locklear, who's been a friend of mine since the 3rd grade. I was not the best friend to him, not even growing up, right? Even as adults, not the best friend to him, but he's religiously clocked into the show. He, matter of fact, found his way to be a friend and a fan of Save, and has showed up sometimes without mention, without appreciation, even though you are appreciated, Jordan.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. But
I would say Jordan is the definition of loyal.
Of a loyal friend.
Mm-hmm.
Of a loyal friend. Yes, he is.
Jordan is probably one of the most loyal people I've ever met in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Ever in my. But here's the thing: is like I can't explain how. You know what I mean? Like like if I was to go and explain it, it sounds selfish on my end. Like,
Good.
oh, why do you think he's loyal? Oh, he's loyal because he supported every single one of my streams, and he, always reached out and made sure I was okay. He's become part of my friend group. We talked on a daily basis. Like, I know his kids, I know his wife. Like he now knows my friends. Like, he came from Putch, but knows like is in my Discord. He just jumped in our Discord call last night, I think, or 2 nights ago, and didn't even say anything. He was just in there to hang out with us. Like, but I can't. I can't. I looked up the definition of loyalty, but I don't know how to define loyalty. If that makes sense.
What is the definition of it? What's Webster's dictionary definition?
Webster.
And brother, and I mean this in the most humble and with as much humility as I can say.
The quality of being loyal.
A quality of being loyal.
No, hold on.
Oh.
I love circular definitions.
The unwavering, conscious commitment to support a person, principle, or cause, especially when it is difficult, inconvenient, or costly.
Boom. I think the parts of difficult is what we should hold on to a little more. I think loyalty is proven more in difficult situations and difficult times versus its cost. Some of my closest friends have cost me nothing, right? Like no dollar. And I've never asked them or extracted a dollar from them. I would still consider Jordan a loyal fan, a loyal friend of not only myself and the show, right? But he has bought clothes. But I would still consider him that even if he hadn't bought clothes and put money in my pocket. Do you you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where it becomes a very odd. It's an odd thing when you start kind of thumbing through like, am I really loyal to this person, or am I just extremely invested into this right now?
But I think that breeds loyalty, though. That's what I'm saying.
I think also the time thing is, you can't divorce it from loyalty. Like, time and commitment breeds loyalty, and you can't be crazy loyal in 3 days of knowing somebody, because you're like, yo, I mean, they haven't really done much unless something insane happened that brings you together, like something insanely traumatic between the two of you would have had to happen for you to have that sense of
like
loyalty.
A life or death situation type
like
thing.
A life or death where both of you exchanged like that favor of like, I saved your life, you saved mine, we know we have each other's back even when the going gets hard. And obviously these are like extreme crazy cases where maybe you can have that bond like that.
I think
and really, I think that's where the investment word comes in. I don't think, and either Damien or I are saying investment with the money, thought of any type of cash value, because time is also very much an investment. Feelings are very much an investment. Conversation is very much an investment.
No, I'm just saying, let's just try to be consistent, because I've heard all of our opinions on something I'm about to say, right? I've heard all of our opinions and we've all argued about this at length. But what if somebody says something to cross you? What if they say something that you do not agree with at all?
I think it depends on the intention.
Somebody that's loyal, that I'm loyal to, is that what you're saying? Or you're talking about in general?
Does your loyalty shift if they say something that crosses you? Like, I'm not just saying just pisses you off, crosses you, or that you firmly stand against?
Well, I don't think so.
I don't.
Me and you come to the table and I say, you know what? If Ray decides he's a girl tomorrow, Cisco, he's a girl. And I'm going to call him a girl whenever I'm around him. And I begin to do that in your presence. I know how you feel about that topic. We don't need to get into that. I'm just saying, crossing you versus hurting your feelings. I'm talking about crossed.
Yeah, but I don't think I would be loyal to someone that could easily cross me that fast.
I don't think that's that fast.
How is it not? The time and investment that we put.
But you're still sidestepping. You're sidestepping the point, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm not sidestepping the point because you're asking me. Would I still be loyal to someone that crossed me?
Me.
If somebody did you, would I still be loyal to you
tomorrow?
But I know that you wouldn't do that.
No, you don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Save. I'm telling you right now. No, you don't.
Would you do that?
You guys, no, you guys.
You wouldn't do that.
Hold on. No. You're sidestepping the point because I think I'm kind of starting to hit home and it's starting to feel a little icky, right? You guys said I was batshit fucking crazy for saying that if God called me home, I would dip. You sat there yourself, said, Putch, you would never do that. I would never expect that out of you. Yeah, because I'm actually a motherfucker who would do some unexpected shit. That's crazy, right?
But you have okay. First of all, I'm not sidestepping the question. If you did that and we had a conversation and you continue to do that, I would not be loyal to you anymore.
There we go.
I would not.
Yes.
But to go back to
weird, actually. I don't agree with that. But
you don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that. No.
I would never be able to bring my son around you because it would make me feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And you're taking like you're now putting something in my son's ear that I have to now reteach him.
Cisco, I want you to know I'm okay with this answer with whatever you say now.
No, I know.
Right now, I am okay. I am okay with this, brother. That's what
I'm saying. I would not continue to be loyal. I would not.
How fast though?
What do you mean how fast?
How fast would you be unloyal? How fast would you say we can't be friends anymore?
No, that's why I said based off of I would have a conversation with Putch and be like, yo, like that is not okay. We're not doing that shit. That goes against everything that I've been teaching my son that I've been teaching him. We're not going to teach him from your side. If that's what you want to teach your kids, by all means do that. But we're not bringing that over here. And if he continued to do it, then I would no longer be loyal to Putch.
That's how I know Cisco's loyal to me. That's how I know. That's how I know right there. That's how I fucking know. That's how I know it. That's how I know when somebody's loyal. If I do something that fucking crosses you, you say, no, I'm not your friend anymore. I'm not doing this. Come to Jesus, my friend.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm not your friend anymore. We would have conversations until it reached the point of we're not doing this.
Even if it reached that, even if all hell broke loose and you're like, you know what, you're a scumbag, don't be around me. I wouldn't
call you that. I wouldn't call you a scumbag.
That Cisco was always loyal to me because in the face of where his principles meet my desires, he picks himself. That means for all of our life, he didn't need me. He didn't need to fluff up my feelings or boost my ego to have me around him to manipulate me or to use me for some other fucking way. No, hell no.
But when it comes to the God thing, hold on, DB, because
sure.
When it comes to the God thing, there is gain in that. You are gaining.
I could say I'm gaining by having your son be the most highest expression of his real self, Cisco. Don't you know?
How? In what way are you gaining? In what way are you gaining? You lose in that aspect.
In our belief system, in our beliefs, like let me be Putch for a second, not the hypothetical. There's nothing for me to gain. Absolutely nothing. I destroy a child's life by in my belief, I'm destroying a child's life. But
and a friendship.
Along with it.
A decade-long friendship.
But okay, so sunken fallacy. So there's people who think that those relationships are worth tanking sometimes. So I'm just asking the real thing, and I definitely want to hear what Damien's got to say on this. Is it someone being loyal? Or is someone just invested and they don't want to turn their back on something that they feel so heavily
invested? But they go
invested
hand in hand, Pudge. I think that's what you're not understanding.
It's a really slim margin between
very slim. Very
so slim they look the same at times.
Yes.
But I think when the only difference between the two is when you start to feel that there will be moments when you're invested into something that you no longer feel you should be, and you feel like you're just being loyal, or you can disguise it as that, you do have these moments of betrayal of yourself, of saying, I know I'm stepping incorrectly here, but I'm choosing to because of the time I've already invested here. But loyalty, you'll have those moments in which you have these clashes between two, like the situation you've given, whether or not you agree with him or not. That's why I need a little bit more elaboration. I think leaving somebody like that, just like next day we're done, wouldn't have been my answer. I would have, especially if we've been friends for so long, we've been loyal to each other for so long. There has to be time on the opposite side of untangling that loyalty ball of like, we have to have conversations. Why are you saying what you're saying? Where are you coming from? Where do I stand? Is this, are you able to shift me over to understand something that maybe I don't? Or is this the hill I'm willing to die on? And unfortunately, you just can't stand next to me while I'm here on this hill. You know what I mean?
But I mean, there are things that will cause that.
I agree. No, I agree. But I think.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying there is no.
No, there is absolutely. Like, there are things I can't like think of anything off the top of my head. But
like, you're not gonna fuck my wife after a 10-year friendship and me still be loyal to you. Like, that's fucking crazy.
In that case, I could see the next day like, bro, nobody in my life is safe if they fuck my girlfriend or wife after, even no matter how long we've been cool. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And in those extreme cases, I could see next day, like, of course, there's no conversation to be had. That's so destructive that it's like there is no conversation fixing that. But in certain beliefs, like, it just takes time for me to like step away from a relationship that I've built with somebody.
But isn't that a part of the sunken fallacy?
I think it can be viewed that way, but
that's a very slim line, my friend.
But the line, though, I think the biggest determining factor, in my opinion, is going to be whether or not anybody in the party feels, and not betrayed in like, you did something wrong, I did something wrong, but in the act of loyalty, do I feel like I'm stepping out of my character, out of who I am, to stroke your ego or to benefit the relationship in ways that it is not aligned with myself, and you feel that in decisions that you make with them?
I think for too long we've used our past traumas and past issues to validate our current situations. And
I agree with that statement 100%. For everybody in the whole fucking world.
Everybody in the fucking world.
It drives me nuts sometimes.
I just to your point, right? And guys, trust me, I don't want to be completely contrarian on this. I'm saying this also as a self-assessment of myself, right? I think for so long we get into these relationships where like I love you, Zero, but no, like somebody's going to hit a line with me, and if you're loyal to me or whatever, there is no unpacking this. There is no fucking talking about this, bro. If you know me and you love me like you claim, no, we're not having, like, there's a lot of things that I could say here, and I know you guys are like, oh, well, that's crazy. It's like, dog, but like, people make crazy decisions every day, and I've given a fat example of me on this podcast saying some shit out loud, like, for everybody to remember. But it's like, like, that's a perfect, there's a lot of examples though.
So I wish we could compile them all. Korpsx's craziest takes for the last 3 years, bro. You'd be some crazy shit. But, hey, I know which one would be on there first. The fucking how, bro. That shit was crazy.
The who?
Bless you. He did the Nazi salute. That shit was crazy.
That was actually that's the pinnacle of craziest takes.
That's how we used to salute the flag and pledge allegiance to the flag.
No, fuck no.
I'll do it again right now.
Please don't. I want to make it to the last episode.
Fuck about that. Blood clot.
Oh shit, that's so funny.
Oh my god, bro.
No, but I do think. I do think that time invested does equate to loyalty.
I agree.
I wouldn't. I would have considered that more.
I think the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm starting to shake that a little bit.
I think the biggest differences is maybe the level of loyalties that we're thinking about. I think, like, I just don't know in what situation you could invest no time into somebody or very little time and be loyal to them. What would be an example of that?
for example, right? I think one of my dad's most loyal friends. Well, I think this is pretty conclusive. One of my dad's loyalist friends was a guy by the name of Ed Keller. And he knew my dad since they were like 14. And I've seen him a handful of times. I was on the way to LA to pick up my sisters from the airport, and I received a very random phone call from Uncle Ed. I call him Uncle Ed. And Uncle Ed was asking about my dad. And my dad had just died like a couple days before. And I was like, how did you even know? He's like, don't worry about that. How did it happen? And when I told him, he said these exact words. And I remember, he goes, sometimes I really hate that son of a bitch. and right then I knew that was my dad's most loyalist friend, right? He asked how he died. I was like, oh, he died alone. He was in a hotel room. He goes, oh, I really hate that son of a bitch. It's like, yeah, I know. Like, I know. And I knew only his closest friend would feel and say that about him dying alone. Everybody else was, oh, that's so sad. Oh, are you all right, honey? Putch, are you okay? Ed was fuck him.
how long did they spend together? Because you said that they'd known each other since they were 14.
Since my birth, I saw Ed Keller maybe, besides my dad's funeral, maybe 3 times.
But how long before that? I'm sure they had like a whole lifetime together.
Before that, Ed moved up to Sacramento. I want to say, if I remember right, like in the early 70s, because my pop was already traveling the U.S. by that time.
I just don't know. Like in that situation, though, he wasn't loyal to you. He was loyal to your father.
Mm-hmm.
And he was loyal because of the time that they had together.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not like a situation in which a short amount of time.
But I think they spent more time actually apart from each other than they actually did together.
Yeah. Okay, so but I'm not saying no. I'm not saying more time equals more loyalty. I'm saying time equals loyalty, right? Like Damien said, the time, because I have 5 other friends that I have had 20-year-long friendships with. 2 of them, I've probably in all together out of the 20 years, I've maybe spent 5 to 6 years with them, and the other 3 I've spent the whole 20 years with. But I'm not any more loyal to the other 3 than I am to the other 2.
Yeah, so I think kind of where I agree, and I see that in my own life. I think maybe a missing part of that whole thing is not just time, but it's the quality of time. Right? It's not conversation, but the quality of conversation. Right? It's not just time spent, Cisco, we hear it all the time because we're parents, right? Kids just want to spend time with you. They just want to spend time with you. And it's like, yeah, sitting in a room with them while they play video games, does that equal time spent with them, or are y'all just spending time in the same room? Is you being in the backyard while they play and you're on the phone, are you spending time with them, or is there quality spent time?
I agree. That's why, but mine and your friendship is the perfect example, right? Mm-hmm. Because we hung out with a bunch of other people, Bam, Felicia, Sly, like all of them, and but I spent more quality time with you than I did with all the other people that we spent time with. That's why you and I have a continued friendship over the last 10 years. I would say I'm more loyal to you than I am I wouldn't say I'm loyal to any of those other people.
Okay.
Sly would probably be the closest because I've spent some time with Sly. But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. The quality of time. Time equals investment. Investment, therefore, equals loyalty.
I wouldn't say that. I can't it's hard, right? And I know, because even when I kind of started unpacking this with myself, and I just did like a personality test at fucking therapy too, was there's answers you want, there's the answers you get, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's like the truth, right? And I find when I bring this up to people, no one wants to say like, yeah, Sunken Fallacy. They're like, no, we're loyal. I'm a loyal person. You want to be loyal. And everything you've ever been taught, what equates to loyalty, can also equate to this false idea of belonging, partnership, relationship, intimacy, and loyalty.
Okay, so because you're saying that majority of people fall into the sunken fallacy, right?
Mhm.
How do you actually prove you're loyal then? What do you have to see from somebody for you to be like, okay, this person is actually loyal? That might make this easier for Damien and I to understand.
I would say the greatest example I saw of that was when was 2 times. One when my grandpa passed, and then when Pop passed. There was a list of my friends who I always knew I could count on if I was in a hole. Never saw them really. Barely talked to them. I don't even think I told them. I don't even think I told a couple of them that Pop was dead, and they were there. And some of them stayed all night while we sang songs for Pop, and they didn't say much to me. They didn't really. From what I remember, they didn't do much either, except sit there. And those were the people who are not. They weren't even my greatest of friends, right? Who I got the most memories with and have had the longest conversations, or spent the most time with. But they were the ones who showed up without ask, without question, and they were there. And they were there for me. And not only they're there for me, but they were there for my dad. Which I hope I can always. That is the type of friend that I've realized that I hope I can morally be. It's like, dog, I can't always be there. I can't always pick up the phone. I got my own life, but dog, when you get ready to bury your mom, don't do it alone. Don't be alone. Call me. Like, come get me. Or you got, hey, bro, somebody's coming and trying to run up in your house. You want us to go get them? Call me. Call me. I'll grab the shovel. Don't trip. Right? That's the type of friend. That's the type of loyalty I got.
Yeah, but
it's tough. It's a weird.
But that's like a call to action type thing, though, don't you think? Like, hey, I have my own. This is literally what you said. Hey, I know I have my own life right now, and I can't do a lot of stuff for you right now. But when you want to bury your mom, let me know, and I'll be there. Like, I want you to be there to watch fucking TV with me, bro. Like, I need somebody to go to the movies with. I need, like, I don't want you to just be there when my fucking mom dies. Like, can we go fucking get a sandwich and kick it for an hour? Like, why does it have to only be when in my time of need?
Because that's when real brothers show up. That's when real brothers.
I disagree with that 100%.
I'm gonna say I am the truest of them all. Look up Simon of Cyrene. Right, I am Simon of Cyrene. Shout out Jordan Locklear, my guy.
Hutch, you're saying that loyalty only comes in a time of need.
No, but I think those are the greatest expressions of it. I'm not saying that that's the only time it shows up, but I think that is the greatest expression of it.
That's crazy. That's crazy because that's like saying that people show up to a funeral when someone dies to pay their respects. That's like, but they didn't give a fuck what that person was going through before they died. That's crazy. Loyalty is caring about what the fuck I'm going through before it gets bad.
That's also true. Both of those, well, the other one I don't find as much as true, but that's true. That's true for sure. Yeah. Loving, just because I don't show up, I can't be there because my loyalty to my family weighs a little heavier than my loyalty to you. Don't question that.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying, though.
But that's the situation that's painted for this example. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, hey,
but
man.
Every time you're busy every time.
Even if I am. Are you waiting my loyalty to you just because I can't show up?
No, I'm not asking you to show up. Loyalty. I'm not waiting your loyalty at all.
For me. I'm not asking you to show up for me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's not eye for an eye. It's not tit for tat. It's the definition of loyalty.
You're asking me if I'm being loyal to you.
That's not what I was asking.
Wait, would you?
That's not what I was asking at all.
You said, how am I showing loyal? What is a way?
Not to me. I'm talking about based on your example.
Based off of my example. When is a way where I can show my highest levels of loyalty? And I could tell you right now, even just based off of the structure of my life, right? I cannot be there on Mondays. I'm working. Tuesdays, I'm working and doing a podcast. Wednesday, I work and I do lodge. Thursday, I got this going on. Friday, I got that going on. My whole week's packed, bro. But if I ever got a call that your mom was down sick bad, and matter of fact, I've done this for one of my friends. Shout out to Mejias. And you said, hey, my mom ain't got long left. Come say bye. I'm a rush there. I will rush there. I will fly to your aid, and I will be there with you through that process, because there's friends that you have. There's going to be friends that you guys have. Just watch. There's going to be friends that you have who you think will be there through the mourning process, who will be there through the burial, and they won't be. They will fall off to the side, and there will be, and not to question their loyalty, not to question their friendship either.
I was just about to ask that too.
But there will be others who will come and who will sit in the darkness with you because they know it. They know what it's like. Others are like, yo, fuck, let me go hug my mom. But there will be others who are like, I don't have a mom. I'll sit here with you. I'll be here with you, bro. I can.
See, the only reason I'm not going to combat this, is because you have personal experience and I don't. But I don't think that, like, the people that I believe, because I don't believe all my friends are loyal to me. Mm-hmm. Just because you're my friend doesn't mean you're loyal. I don't think friendship equates to loyalty.
I think you've also put a larger, and Kelly kind of brought this up as a point. I think you've also, right here, I think there's also a weird time frame that everyone also likes to slap on loyalty, like as if I'm loyal to you today, I have to be loyal to you for the rest of my life.
No, and I know that from personal experience as well.
Right, and
there's plenty of people that I've been loyal to that I'm no longer loyal to.
But that does not also mean that you're a disloyal person or that you acted upon them disloyally.
Correct.
Okay, so like I'm saying, so let's not take death, let's take life. How many of your friends did you have before Ray was born versus how many did you have after? How many would be around you on a consistent basis, or how many would you be around on a consistent basis versus
friends or people that are loyal to me?
Both.
Friends, I don't think I've lost many friends. The people that I find loyal in my life, every single one of them was there before and is still here.
And they're as active in your life as they were before and after.
Absolutely.
You're a very lucky friend.
And that's why I'm saying not all my friends. I mean, I've gained loyal friends like Damien. Damien wasn't there before Peanut, but he's here now, and he's one of the most loyal friends I have. Jordan is also somebody that I gained before Peanut. But anybody that I considered loyal prior to Peanut and was my friend is still here. That's what I'm saying. I don't view all my friends as loyal. Some of them are my friends.
I'm just glad that you're shooting 100 for 100 on people who you were loyal to before your kid was born.
I've got the same 5 people, brother. I don't need anybody else to be loyal to me besides those 5.
I'm happy for you. I think that
I benefit from your loyalty. I benefit from Damien's loyalty. Like, those are great things that I'm very, very happy of.
Would you be loyal to me if you did not benefit from my loyalty?
Absolutely.
Okay. So now we're talking more loyal, right? Versus sunken fallacies, right? Sunken fallacies is people start switching up their positions, or they start getting a little bit more deeply invested into things, or they stay invested in things, even when they say, hey, like, they start saying, hey, like, I don't really like this place, but I'm going to stay loyal, right? So you're tiptoeing a very, very odd line right there. And that's where I'm still going to say 51 to 49. People are more in sunken fallacy than they're in actual loyalty. And you're blessed.
I feel like you think that number is higher, but we're saying 51 because I'd asked about most. But I feel like you think that do you think that there's more than 50? Like, what would be your real number? If you had to guess, like, just overall common relationships.
And I'm just trying to figure out how you determine which is which. Like, how are you getting to that number?
Is when people begin to betray themselves.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's my metric. That's
what Damien said. But
they have been pretty solid on that.
But if you're not betraying yourself, if you're not, say you don't get that icky feeling that Damien was talking about, does that mean that you are just loyal, or does the sunken fallacy play a part of that as well?
If you could be, again, loyalty isn't always benevolent, and loyalty isn't always lifelong either. There was a list of people who I was extremely loyal to before my son was born, and I owe them no loyalty or allegiance now. And there was a lot of people loyal to me, before I got popular in Crump, who I no longer find myself around. It seems as though, by definition, right, it's once the relationship becomes toxic to you in a way, and you're staying not because you feel some sense of loyalty, like oh, I just want to be here for this person and blah 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 blah. Instead of that conversation being like that, it turns into, I'm going to be with this person because I've already invested this time and these emotions. And if I walk away now, I've wasted all this time. And oh my God, I can't just waste this time. I'm 33 now. I've been here for 10 years. I can't just walk away from this job. I can't just break up with this girl. How could I do that? That's when you're starting to get into the sunken fallacy versus, am I being loyal to someone?
Okay. So
I agree.
I think
if
we
you
ask a
do
lot
not
of our
feel
friends.
that way, if you do not feel that way, right?
Mhm.
If you do not feel, if I've never once said in my head, like, well, I spent all this time with Pudge in the garage and like knew his pops and hung out and we drove around a lot and we went to dance stuff all the time. Like, how could I not be loyal to him? If I've never felt that way ever in my life, do I play a part in the sunken fallacy or am I just loyal?
No, I think that's just being loyal, right?
Okay, now if I was like, damn, Pudge and I have come a long way. It's so dope that our friendship like started as this random Facebook message and we met at Little Caesars parking lot and we've been through so much stuff. I'm so glad that we went through all those things because it's made our friendship really, really strong and that's why I'm loyal to him. Would that be considered a sunken fallacy if I say that's why I'm loyal to him because we've created such a strong brotherly bond based off of the things that we've gone through?
No, I think sunken fallacy is once, because I can even see it would. That's a good example, right? Of, I would still even consider that like a toxic level of loyalty, right? Because it's like you're only looking at the beneficial parts of this relationship versus the times when me and you have argued over politics, where we've argued over religion and women and all these things, right? And we still come out on the other end, right? Like still being friends. That's loyal to a friendship, right? I think it becomes another thing where you say, fuck, man, like, yeah, me and Putch have ate at Little Caesars and went to this crumb session. Now we got all these memories, but man, I really don't want to hang out with him anymore. I don't like his beliefs on a certain things. He wants to call Ray a girl. He's calling himself a girl these days. Like, I don't know if I fuck with that, man. I don't know if I could be around this, but damn, man, we just have so many good memories, and he's so funny and handsome and good looking and has a huge penis. Like, how could I stop being friends with him? That's when you're in the sunken fallacy. That's when.
But I was just gonna say really quick too, because we're talking about like disagreements at some level. There's disagreements we have had. Like especially even in that vertical. Now, obviously, like I don't think I'm as far left as maybe you guys sometimes make me out to be.
I think you're more, but okay.
But
I won't believe it till you actually show us your dick on stream.
But we have last stream, guys. Check it out, okay? But I think that we've had those disagreements, but that doesn't make me or anybody here less loyal to each other.
No,
I think if anything, it shows more
loyalty. I think that's why when Cisco was when I painted off a really real example, he goes, I would stop being friends with you. That's when I knew right here, right now, as of April 14th, this fool is loyal. He's a loyal friend to me. Because not only will he tell me, hey, you're fucking crazy. I don't believe in this. I don't believe in what you're saying right now. I love you, Putch. Love you, bro. Right. Mm-hmm. But if I hit that mark where he's like, nah, B, I can't have that around me. Because now you're calling me to be a different person than who I am. Right. Which, I mean, for everybody at home, I would never do that to Cisco. That's where even when you walk away from a relationship, you can still be being loyal to that person, right? Like, even let's like take a romantic relationship. A lot of times we promise a girl to never hurt her, break her heart, cheat on them, do something crazy to step out of line, right? And I think the most honest and honorable men will break up with a lady right before they start doing those things instead of start cheating
the next night. No,
instead of cheating and whoring and stepping out and secret text messages and fake Instagrams and turning off the location, right? Like doing all the craziness. Like, that's crazy as fuck, bro. Like, So and it's been fun because I kind of thought we would do this. I didn't think we'd do it at such a length. We're taking the things that we use ourselves that we use as qualities of loyal friends, and we're like, oh no, am I sunken fallacy? Oh no. And I think the biggest thing is where do we draw the line in our friendships? That's where I feel like most people don't know where that line is.
Yeah, but
I think
I'm thinking now, based off the numbers that you gave, I think the numbers are way different than what you think they are. Because if we're saying that sunken fallacy is only based off when you get that feeling and you decide to go against that feeling because you want to be loyal, I think and in this day and age, I think that number is way lower.
that
I think that people will now leave a
don't
lot
partake.
faster. I think people leave friendships and relationships and all that stuff a lot faster these days than they used to when we were younger. Because people's feelings matter way fucking more these days. People are more selfish these days than they were in the past.
Well, I see how you get there, but I actually don't know.
I don't agree with that.
I see how you get there though.
I see that too.
I think most people though don't have the inwards like analysis to know when they're stepping out of line with themselves. And this is where I would always personally draw the line of sunken fallacy versus actual loyalty is really the self-alignment with your actions or willingness to be around a person even if it doesn't even if it feels bad. And I don't mean like bad times. I mean you're actually going against who you are as a person and you feel that. I feel like people can feel that, but people aren't really looking at that these days.
And I would also argue that
Wait. Oh, D, are you saying that there's a confusion in what loyalty actually is then?
I don't think no, I don't think so, but I just don't think people are paying attention to the way they feel these days. Like not it's kind of a paradox because like in one way feelings have never been more like talked about, but in saying that it's like this guy talks about going to the gym so much, but he doesn't go to the gym. He just talks about going to the gym. People talk about their feelings all of the time,
but don't understand.
But going into therapy, dealing with the shit, crying, fucking talking to whoever you need to talk to because you're feeling like shit about this thing, that's not not that that's not happening. But that's not happening online. Online, people are saying, "I'm depressed. I'm sad. I'm depressed. I'm sad," and you'll see 40 tweets of this, but do they know about their therapist? Have they ever been to a therapist? Maybe they have, but have they dealt with the shit? You know what I mean? Yeah.
What were you gonna say? Punch, my bad for interrupting.
Oh no, because that's a fucking wonderful point Damien made. And I would just also argue on top of that point that because I see what I definitely want to take a second and tell you that I completely agree with the notion that you have of I see where you're coming from of the dating experience today is wild. Breakup, makeup, sex culture, the dating culture is wild. Again, and I want to go back to an earlier statement, is I think the way that we think of loyalty is all fucked up, right? Part of my French, but I think it's all jacked up. And I think that the way that we've been taught to be loyal to somebody is actually denying facts and thinking, oh, I can persevere and it'll prove my loyalty. It will, if I love them harder, they will love me more, right? If I just love them right, they will love me more, right? If I can be. And I think, and it's said throughout the internet, soft launch. Don't want this to be a waste of time. All these things. They're already stepping into this thing with some kind of notion, right? That it's going to be sour, that it's going to be poor, right? And so the more they post them on Instagram, that first post on Instagram of where you see the dude just his arm and he's holding a cup, that little soft launch picture. And then it's him commenting on the pictures. And then it's them in a picture together, but you only see their feet. And then it becomes all these things because, right? Sorry. Like little do you know, they're building a relationship on top of the basis of a sunken fucking fallacy. They're investing through their social medias, they're investing through their time and their experiences together, right? And if it doesn't get the right amount of likes, or if he likes the wrong picture or X, Y, and Z, then should I leave? Well, I've already posted him and we already got pictures together and he's already and
I think that type of person in particular, though, is pretty rare.
I think
and they're definitely 10 years younger than Putch and I. Just saying.
I also don't.
I think that's running rampant.
I've never met anybody like that, but
I had a girlfriend like that.
Been out of the dating scene for a long time.
I had a girlfriend that would get mad because I never posted her.
I've definitely had that talk with my girlfriend. I'm like, it's not that I don't want to post you. It's just that like our relationship is actually good. And it's me and you. Who gives a fuck about anybody else? Right?
Oh, so you're scared that your other hoes are gonna see me on your Instagram?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Don't start.
No, I'm just like, no. But genuinely,
don't start.
But genuinely, it was just like, of course I post you. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But it's just like I'm not thinking about it. You know, I'm just never thinking about it because we're right here and it's so good here.
It's probably one of the dumbest arguments I've ever had in my life, bro. I lost brain cells. And you would think that it's just easy enough to be like, okay, well, I'll just fucking post you. But like, no.
But I would just post it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But it was like a small thing or like, whatever. I think she understood my point. I understood hers a little bit. Still don't really post.
I think, and I did not think that one hot take would.
I didn't think so either. I didn't think it was going to go this far because because there's other hot takes in the message thread.
That is true.
I do want to say though, like it did make me feel very icky when I came across that because I put myself in the 51%, right? And I know this is hard to hear, but a lot of fasting and some prayer, and I started to say, okay. Like, am I in these spaces because of the time I've invested into it or, or am I loyal? And so I started to realize like with certain things, I was becoming so irritated with them because I was losing sight of that I was actually loyal to it versus finding more excuses to be angry with it. I don't know if that makes sense. I find more reasons to be upset, frustrated, yada because I'm not seeing the results I want, or I'm not seeing the production I want, or I'm not seeing X, Y, and Z, right? And then I had to remind myself that I've been loyal to my brand, and there's been months where I didn't get any sales. Months, nothing. But I talk about that brand like it's a 5-star general. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm loyal to the soil. That's my baby, right? Not just because I put all this time and invested all this money into it and have people wearing it and Korpsx collection because I serve it. That's why. Like, and it serves its own purpose. And that's why I know I'm loyal to it.
Yeah, but it also brings you joy. Like, even if nobody even bought the shit, just you looking at it, you're like, I created that. It brings you joy.
Even if it brought me no joy, I would still be loyal to that.
Sure, but it does bring you joy, is what I'm saying. And it also brings you joy to see other people wear it.
Yes.
So you can't take that out of the equation, though, because it does exist.
But even when people weren't wearing, even before the times when people weren't wearing it, before it was out in the atmosphere, remember, it was AC apparel.
Yeah.
Before it was Korpsx collection.
I remember.
Right. So I had to put myself back in those shoes.
But it's because it's yours. It's your creation. It's like your child. You created that. You have, like, you as a sane person would be loyal to that. Your creation.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
I wouldn't say as a sane person. I would say I see your point though. Even if I hadn't, even if
because insane people are not loyal to their creations.
I wouldn't always fully agree with that.
You wouldn't call a dad that doesn't want to see their child insane?
I think when you say that statement, our mind immediately goes to a little boy and a dad who ran away, dad who ran away when he went to go get the milk. But I also
that's what I'm referring to, though. That's exactly what I'm referring to.
Yeah, but
I'm not referring to somebody that's like wrongly incarcerated or can't get on his feet and therefore doesn't want to see his child like that. No. I'm saying exactly that. The father that does not want to see his child.
Yeah, for the most, I would say for the most part, yeah, that's an easy thing to say. I don't know. I hate hot take. I hate when people say that because it diminishes good dads. It diminishes the powers of good dads. Because you're a good dad and you're present in your kids.
Wait, but what am I diminishing? How am I diminishing us being good fathers? What did I say to diminish that?
Any sane person would want to be, or how'd you say it? Any sane
person would want to be with their creation. Yeah,
want to be with their creation.
A sane father would want to be around their creation, their child. I don't think that diminishes us as being a good father because that's natural instinct of a father.
Oh, I wouldn't say that exactly.
Absolutely. I just talked about this today.
I think chemically it has to be.
Chemically, there has to be something wrong with your brain if when you see your child, you do not want to be around your child.
I mean, wait.
I'm not saying like all the fucking every minute of the fucking day, like you gotta let them be a human being.
No, but also like I think some people just maybe don't want kids. And like the thought of their creation being like, well, I don't know if I just, I don't know if I want that.
I didn't want kids at all. I speak about that very openly. My kids.
Yes, you just okay. Like that's the point that I'm making, though. You didn't want children. You had Elijah, and there was a switch in your brain that and you were like, I will never let anything wrong happen to this child.
Yeah, but I've also made the conscious decisions to separate myself from my children. Like very conscious decisions.
That's different. That's different, Korpsx. That's different than what that's different than what I'm describing.
Well, there's a lot of men who can fall into that category of their child's born and they have to say, well, hey, I gotta go. I gotta leave. Right?
Gotta dip.
I gotta go, right? Like they gotta work, they gotta do X, Y, and Z. Maybe they're soldiers, they get deployed.
I already said I'm not bringing in those examples. I understand that there's people that have to go away. Like people in the military. I have lots of those types of friends. I understand that. But what I'm saying is those are still people that want to provide for their child. Those are still people that don't want to be away from their child but are doing what they have to do. They still the switch still flipped in their head is what I'm saying. Because it's instinct. They're leaving because they want to care for their child. They're not leaving because they want to be away from their children. They're trying to make a life for them and their children.
Yeah, for like military.
Am I making sense? Am I saying this wrong or
no? I hear what you're saying, but I think there's a lot of examples that are kind of falling through the cracks on that one.
Like what? Give me an example.
Pertaining to men, especially.
Give me an example.
I would see that example, especially in women, right? Because women carry the baby literally in their bodies. Men have a very different, they have a very different nurturing process, especially postpartum.
We don't nurture. We already talked about this.
Well, again, that's somewhere where we
disagreed on that. The nature nurture portion, yes.
I don't think it's in anybody's nature. I don't think it's barely in our abilities. I think it's barely in our abilities to take care of ourselves. Let alone, I don't think it's any one person's absolute nature to take care of their offspring. I think that's something that's been built over years, right? Pertaining to men. Women go through a much different experience, but that is also why postpartum depression and those things are crazy as hell, and you have to keep your eye on those things. Shout out to the ladies. But for men, I think there's a lot of guys, bro, like it took me forever to bond with Elijah. It took me like a solid 7-8 months for me to be like,
no, me too. We talked about this.
Right. So but innate nature instinct implies off the bat. You get what I'm saying? And
but I'm not talking about bonding. I didn't say anything about bonding. I'm talking about your innate ability to make sure that you want to care for this child and you will protect its very life.
I do not think that it's innate in all fathers. I do not believe that is innate in all fathers.
And that's what I'm saying. You have to be sane or something's wrong with your brain if that doesn't happen.
I don't believe that either.
Okay.
I don't. I would have a better agreement with you on that one if we were talking about ladies. If we were talking about explicitly ladies, but I am speaking explicitly about fathers.
And so am I.
Yeah, I don't think that innately comes to everybody. I don't think that is something that just happens even if after they hold their kid. I just don't see that. And that's why I make the claim that type of statement diminishes fathers who are present well in their child's lives, right? All of that, people like you who do all the well things with their child that their child wants to do, pours into their kid, all that good stuff. I think calling people good dads and all that stuff is wonderful when it's happening. But I think that sometimes when we say, oh, this stuff comes natural, like it comes
again, that's not
you.
what I'm saying, though. I'm not saying that makes you a good dad. I didn't say that makes you a good dad. All I said was instinctually, men, when their child, because this all goes back to you being loyal to your creation. That's what this conversation is based off of. All I said is, it's like when you have a baby. There is a switch that is flipped in a man's head that they're going to do anything to protect this child, their child. I'm not saying that makes it. I'm not saying that protecting your child makes you a good dad. I'm not saying that just because that switch flips that you're going to pour into your child and give your child all the time in the world. But instinctually, primitively, we're going to protect our children, is what I'm saying. And we're going to be loyal to that child in that way, the protective way, just like you would be loyal to your brand because it's your creation. That was the example that I was giving. I'm not talking about being a good father. I'm not talking about pouring into your kids. I'm just talking about solely based off of the loyalty of your creation, which is Korpsx collection, was equivalent to the loyalty that you have for Elijah to protect him because he's your child, your creation. That's the point that I was trying to make. Does that make sense?
I hear you, but I don't agree with that.
All right.
Anyway, based. Okay, everybody's based.
Sorry.
Well, we were just starting to go this way, and I was
can't
like, hold on, let's hear back this way.
I just can't relate. I don't have kids. But what's the next hot take? What's going on?
Game of Thrones. What was it? Hold on.
Is it a feminist show?
It's a feminist show.
Greatest feminist show of all time.
Game of Thrones is a feminist show. It debunked the theory that men don't like female lead characters and goes to show all those other shows just suck.
Yes,
wait, honestly though,
based.
That's actually kind of based. But also I
wait, how is that based?
Mainly because I've always had a problem with people saying like the biggest example I have in my head is Brie Larson as Captain Marvel in her movie. The problem wasn't that she's a female actress. The problem isn't that she's an incredibly powerful female actress in this movie. It's that she's a horribly dog shit written character who's a female. It's a bad fucking movie because it's a bad movie, not because she's a female. If it was a great movie and she was an incredibly wicked, powerful fucking female character like Wanda Maximoff is, which she was amazing before Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, where they fucking ruined her. She was a badass and everybody loved her.
But you're going to tell me She-Hulk was good?
Sick. She-Hulk was also... It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but
it was pretty bad.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. And
I don't want to watch a big green woman twerk, bro.
That's another poorly written female character who's a female, and it was poorly written. her being a female and it being poorly written is exclusive. They're very separate.
Okay, so Pudge, this is your hot take. How is Game of Thrones a feminist show?
All the fucking baddest ass characters were all girls. All of them girls. The most wicked,
especially the main chick.
The most sinister of all the. I think one of the most sinister of all the characters, the Red Woman, right? The most cunning, right? Next to her father was Cersei. The fucking mother of dragons can't burn the bitch. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? And she gives birth to 3 dragons. Badass bitch. Okay.
Wait, first of all, she didn't give birth to them. But let's relax there for a second.
Where'd they come from?
Where'd they come from? They came from eggs. Not her.
Who gave birth?
Not her eggs. Not her eggs.
All I'm saying is she birthed 3 dragons. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that there. You guys can argue the details. The next best killer in the whole fucking show, Arya Stark.
Mm-hmm. She's
best
my favorite. She's
killer.
sick.
Hold on. I'm going to look. I'm going to look something up real fast.
On top of that, I don't like this girl. And you made a fat argument for her. And I will stand on this with you. The one who had one of my favorite kill moments, withstood the most shit, had a crazy character arc, Sansa. Right? My next, probably next to Peter Baelish, top 5 death was committed by Miss Tyrell with Joffrey. The fucking grandma. Badass bitch. Marjorie, the queen. Badass bitch. Cersei Lannister literally got called a drunk, dumb whore, and she blew them up. She was like, "You're fucking my son. I can't have this. None of y'all are leaving this place, bro." And then what about when she killed the one sparrow lady? Spoiler alert. She's like, "I'm ready to meet my maker." She's like, "Oh, you ain't gonna die yet, bro." That was crazy. That's why, I like y'all's pick.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the Peter
yeah,
Baelish one. I really like y'all's pick. I don't want to argue it, but it's like, there's some other good ones too. There's some other really good
hold
ones.
on. Jorah came back from grayscale, which was never cured before. Jon Snow came back from the fucking dead.
To serve who?
Which was lame as fuck, by the way.
To serve who? Brought back by who?
Lame as
women.
fuck.
Women.
Stupid ass storyline.
Listen, they don't deserve names. Okay.
Listen, pussy runs the world. Okay, pussy runs the world.
But in this show,
but based on popularity polls, Tyrion Lannister, Arya Stark, and Jon Snow are ranked the top 3 characters.
Yeah,
2 men.
I mean,
2 men.
Okay, by a poll of a bunch of people who ain't watching it the same way I'm watching it.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but
hey, my personal favorite character, I've already mentioned.
But there aren't
I don't remember
many
who you said.
poorly written female characters in this show. Very little.
They're all.
I don't know if you could name one, but I'm just giving that wiggle room of very little because I don't know of one.
Say that again.
There's not very many examples of poorly written women in this show.
Well, the show was just written well.
And it was a really good,
on both
show.
Spectrums, men and women.
I agree, but his
characters.
but Putch's point is that there isn't actually a problem with strong female lead characters. They're just shitty writers sometimes writing for these female leads, and then people want to point, this is why we don't want women in fucking powerful positions.
All right, this is from Esquire.
Brienne of Tarth beats Jaime Lannister. Come on, bro. Fuck with me.
All right,
and she beats the Hound.
Here's top 10. 10, Ned Stark.
Boom.
9, Tywin Lannister.
That's early death. By the way.
8, Olenna Tyrell.
Bang.
7, Jon Snow. We're already 4 deep and we're 3-1 on men. Just saying.
Yeah, the 3 are in the bottom 4, bro. Are you
6,
fucking kidding me?
Brienne of Tarth.
Gang.
3-2. 5, Tyrion Lannister. 4-2.
Makes sense.
4, Joffrey Baratheon.
Boo.
3, Jaime Lannister. Ah, fuck. 2, Arya Stark, and 1, Cersei.
This was a solid 5-5 or 6-4?
Yeah, was it half?
6-4. I think it's 6-4.
Dude, even with that one compared to your last list, the last list had Tywin at the top, and this one had him in the bottom. Or Tyrion, and it had him in the bottom. in the bottom.
I mean, everybody's gonna have
half.
their different literal top 10s, top 5 situations, but I think the point broadly is just well written characters.
Extremely well.
Are based and good, and we need more of that.
Bro, the girl from the Iron Island, the Greyjoy, right? You have Brienne of Tarth, you have Marjorie, you have the other Tyrell, you have Prince Oberyn's sister, and those 3 girls who fucking go nuts. You have all the whorehouses, right? That all play their own fucking role in the game. Then you have again Cersei, you have Catelyn Stark, Sansa Stark, Arya Stark. You have just
don't forget my girl, dog. Well, how you leaving my girl out? Missandei,
bro, the girl, John Aaron's wife, the lady from the Vale, the role that she played in the whole thing and got thrown out the window by Baelish. Boom, right?
Bro, she was in the show 3 episodes,
but she played a huge role. Is all I'm saying, and the bitch was crazy. Rob's wife, dude, come on, like there was not one week.
I don't think that makes the show feminist.
If there's any show. Listen, this got brought to my attention recently. Shout out the Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay. No, it's not.
No, seriously.
We're not shouting out small podcasts here, okay?
Somebody said that on there, and I was like, that's actually a really good point. And they started making their point. I was like, hey, I don't think I like this show anymore.
Fuck all these women.
Watch this anymore. What the fuck? All these women in their fucking power roles. I just truly think if you're going to make any argument of any shows written here recently, who did the best? Game of Thrones. And if you want to call it a feminist show, I would, after seeing these examples, I have no argument with that. Matter of fact, I will argue that all you other lames, your shows suck. Like, they just suck. Captain Marvel just sucked. Like,
just sucked, bro.
The Marvels sucked. Miss Marvel, it just sucked. Like,
Supergirl gonna suck.
It would have maybe sucked less if she had a dick. Maybe it would have sucked. No, I was playing. No.
Less.
But it would no, but it would have sucked just the same. Also, Supergirl might go hard. We don't know. Lobo's in it. I think
it's gonna go hard.
We'll see.
It looked good.
We shall see.
It looked good.
I'm excited to see. I'm actually excited to see Momoa as Lobo. I'm excited to see what Supergirl is going to bring because we've never, or at least not that I know of, seen like a a movie adaptation of Supergirl, at least recently. And that's going to be cool. I think it's going to be interesting to see. I don't like the dog though. Fuck the dog, bro. Get that shit out of here. I'm sorry. Yeah. We could just leave that shit at home, please.
Rhaenyra Targaryen strikes again. Another badass lady.
Also, we could agree though that Game of Thrones is a one and done.
I would say House of Thrones is more feminist than Game of Thrones.
House of Thrones?
I mean, House of the Dragons.
House of Dragons.
House of Dragon, yeah, for sure, 100%.
I would say that's way more feminist than Game of Thrones.
I think they tried and it sucked. I think it was all poorly written and it fucking sucked.
I thought it was pretty good. First 2 seasons. I've only watched the first 2.
I thought it all sucked. I thought it sucked. Season 2 sucked.
It's just really slow. I don't know. I'm also not a hear ye type of person, so it does take me a long time to get into these shows. It took me a minute to get into Game of Thrones.
Is Breaking Bad better than Game of Thrones?
Yes. So far.
So far?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean so far?
Never watched it.
So I haven't watched all of it, but I'm watching season 3.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Don't tell me shit about it though, please.
I'm not, but all I'm gonna say is
no. Not all you're gonna say. No,
all I'm gonna say is this is all I'm gonna say. Breaking Bad has one of the only 10 out of 10 episodes on IMDb out of any television show.
I think it got rated, but I know before the rate, it did have a 10 out of 10.
What do you mean it got rated?
I think I forgot exactly what show was going to have a similar rating, like a 10 out of 10, and the Breaking Bad community didn't like that and rated that show, and so the fans of that show rated Breaking Bad to lower their score. But I don't remember what it might have been. The Pit.
Really?
It
just happened recently then?
Yeah, it happened fairly recently. I don't know if maybe they fixed it since the raid or what, but I do remember hearing about that.
Remember It, X-Men 97, greatest episode of any television show of all time. Sorry.
I still need to watch that show.
Sorry.
I'm really, really bad at watching shows. The only reason I'm watching Breaking Bad right now is because me and my girlfriend are watching it. It is a show I want to watch, but I just don't make time.
No, they still have it. It still has it. Still has a 10 out of 10. Oh, fuck. Game of Thrones beats it, though.
Gang.
Wait, with what episode?
The Battle of the Bastards episode is also
Good
a 10
show.
out of 10.
Or good episode. That was a good episode.
Very good episode.
I would say the Breaking Bad episode is better than that episode, though.
I would still say the Red Wedding's a crazier episode than Battle of the Bastards.
I think the Red Wedding episode was more shocking because it was at the end. I don't think the whole length of the episode was better, though.
The whole episode was better, Battle of the Bastards, for sure.
It was literally the battle, the whole episode.
Mm-hmm.
Also, though, I just want to stay away from any spoilers. Y'all kind of set up some expectations with the Red Wedding that I was like, that's cool.
I will not. I promise you, I love Breaking. I think Breaking Bad is a better show than Game of Thrones. I will not give you any spoilers.
Okay.
But
also, it's such a short show. It's only 5 seasons compared to how many were in Game of Thrones?
8 or 7.
8?
7? 8.
Might
Something
be 8.
like that.
And they were such long
97.
episodes too. I want to watch that show.
Watch it. You know
All
who
I'm
Leaf
saying,
is, right?
Like, I cannot wait till you're done watching this show so we can talk about it, bro.
Let's talk about it.
The greatest character arc of all time. Of all time. Literally of all time. It is. Oh, I can't wait. My penis is so hard right now.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Now I'm excited. It's a good show so far. And I think the main worry was like, because we watched Ozark, and I think
Also a good
with
show.
drug shows and like drug cartel shows, it can get a little, like with Ozark specifically, it got a little kind of like wash and repeat, rinse and repeat type. Like, just, all right, we get it. Drug cartel, family danger, we get it. Keep it going, I guess. And I really didn't like how that show ended. Overall, it was okay. It was a cool show. But this one I'm liking more. It feels a lot more like at risk.
It is.
Yeah. It's. Listen,
Mountains
I'm excited.
better.
I'm excited.
It is
I'm
mountains
excited.
better than Ozark.
I'm excited for this. Yeah.
Mountains.
So I'm hyped. Give me 2 seconds. I text my mom back. Sorry.
Do we normally stop at 9 or 10?
9.
Oh, are we over? I didn't even realize.
I thought we were going till 10 for a second. Oh shit!
Mhm.
It's been so long since we've done this. I felt like.
Honestly, today I was like, wait, do we start at 7 or 7:30? I was like, how have we done this for so long? And I don't remember the time, bro. But I'm glad it happened to more than just one of us.
Did we used to do 8 to 10?
Because you guys don't care.
And then we changed from 7 to 9.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We did, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't know, D.
You know, I definitely knew. I definitely knew that.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. But
Because we used to do the show on Wednesdays, and I would have Lodge on Wednesdays, and then have to rush home.
That's like early days, though. That's what you're talking about. Because we didn't do
Early.
for that long.
Early days.
Because we named the show Usual Tuesdays
After like the 4th episode.
after like a couple episodes in.
Corpse, you have any
Just
more
saying.
hot takes before we sign off?
We can't do this right now. We have to do it later because it's just going to devolve.
Corpse is looking something up on his laptop because he's lagging.
You're lagging like crazy. He's
I
blinking
know. I
at
noticed that
1
right now. I'm not
FPS.
looking
Oh.
literally nothing up.
Really?
It's like, yeah. Yeah, but I'm watching myself tweak out on the screen. It's like, oh no.
His
Hey,
fan is
there.
going 1 rotation every 30 seconds.
I know he's like,
Yeah.
Is it? Shit.
Oh, there
Am
we
I
go.
back? I'm back.
Oh, no.
Yes.
he had to check to make sure
Am
his
I here?
modem wasn't blinking.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. gotta go in and out, but listen.
Yeah.
I'll start closing this out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Whether you're here live on the playback, if you just gave us a minute, an hour, you were here for the whole stream, I appreciate you nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my beautiful co-hosts. for being here with me for another week. I appreciate that. Peace.
Thank you guys for watching. This is a good discussion. I didn't know this hot take would take up the whole episode, but I'm glad it did. Shout out to all the feminists out there. Putch loves you very much. And continue to stay loyal and don't fall into the sunken fallacy. That's what it's called, right? Sunken fallacy?
Mm-hmm.
Or you called it something else, I think.
It was the
Sunken cause fallacy.
Or sunken cause, yes. Sunken causes.
As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. I love y'all. Keep smiling. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Gang, gang. Whole lot of gang, gang. I read from a Psalm of David, and I really like this one. And I hope everybody can take like some refuge in it, right? Because I feel like I have been under relentless attack over the last few weeks. Yeah, and I came across this as I was reading, and it says, "Arise, Lord, deliver me, strike all my enemies on the jaw, and break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance, and may your blessings be on all of your people." Deliverance, my friends, yeah, rely sometimes not on your own strength or your own understandings, and have faith that better times and a strong cavalry is coming. Until next time, korpscollection.com. Bang, bang. Hope you have a good day, week, month, year in life.
All right, boyos. See you guys next week. Love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.